All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a good weekend. I'm chilling, man. I got my sunlight. I'm here waiting. My girl's at a wedding. So I'm here to talk to you about money. And I hope you guys are ready. And I'm glad because now, without too many videos on this channel, I can make this very clear. Last week, Chop City, we're still in that. We didn't break out of that no matter what happened over the weekend with these trade deals or abrupt meeting end. Then they came back and then, oh. So yeah, we'll see. But that's the first thing. The second thing, we added to the long term. So I want to make sure you guys are tracking. I could even go over the long term quite briefly, but if you go to the post tab on youtube.com/the stock market, you're followed on Twitter, it is all there. But I do hope we could talk about the long term and really where we're going moving forward. And then I want to talk to you about money and stagflation and the money supply because I think a lot of people misinterpreted my last video. So go back and watch over it. But the point is money supply. And it doesn't just stop at who to blame. The next thing is what do you do to protect yourself and then take advantage of it and make money off of it. So we got a good one, baby. I'm chilling. I hope you are too. But yeah, let's talk. All right, so let's start with the long term. I listened back over it. I'm like quiet because I'm shooting in the wild, bro. I'm like in public right now, and I don't know, is this too much shirt? Because like you guys definitely demonetized my last video for some reason. It's okay, you guys. Listen, this is a cult. Please don't forget. And I speak a language. That's why even the last video. And you guys, you have to get with it. It's for you. That's it. But that's a sidebar. This is what matters, the long term. I want to start there because you need to follow along with this. And following along has paid off very well, from being early on China to waiting until the very last minute to buy the dip this year. But like I'm saying, this video here today is so I could send people to it and you could follow along and see it after the fact. You know, a lot of new people are going to ask and people want to be able to follow, see the positions more clearly. That's why it's here. But follow along, check that post tab, check the Twitter, even my Instagram. I post a video every time we make a purchase. And then finally, you have the long-term alerts. Now, most of you are on there already. We did close it for a little bit. It'll open back up eventually, but there is many ways. And following along and making sure you're not paying more than I pay, that is the best strategy, my friends. Now, what did we end up buying? This was all in the last couple of weeks. We bought NVO and pizza. So I've talked about these in various capacities. We already had NVO. I was actually down on it like 20%. So that was the average down. I ended up buying more than we initially had. And then pizza, that was a new one, but I only used half a deposit. But I viewed it as a value play. It paid a dividend, but I was like, man, I think it has upside, even down to a buyout, and the rumors that always come around it. And it's pizza, fourth largest market. So come on, everyone like pizza, bro. But I've been talking about it. These are what I added. But remember, my goal has been to hold cash. So I'm still holding the cash. And I did use half of the cash balance at the very last moment to buy those names. I don't regret it after seeing how it played out, but I still think we're going to have a lot of back and forth in volatility and chop. So I'm still looking for my diamond. We did build up. I think by the time, theoretically, the bear market rally should end, we'll get another deposit, and then we'll be able to see things. But I'm still looking for that diamond. This is how it looks for now, and I've been telling people, if you have a lot of cash, I'd be scooping up some anchors right now. Pepsi, UPS, Target, though these are names I don't even own. And you even see the ones that I have purchased, as long as I'm down on it. Whirlpool, that's another one that we've talked about lately. But this is a great time to build anchors and start out. But if you don't have a lot of cash, I'd be waiting, and that is what I'm doing. But none of this is a recommendation. I'm just a little Egyptian boy making video. I mean, someone's staring at me, no one's staring at me, so you know what I'm saying. But the point is, long term will prevail, and I've been saying this, and now this leads into what I was saying even last video. Some people thought it was about Trump, and yeah, I did use the Trump clickbait. Okay, I did that, my bad. Not really, I don't care, it's good. Here's the deal. Money supply. We got rich off of inflation in 2020. And a lot of you did, some of you didn't, some of you took advantage of it, some of you got confused by it. I even got confused by it at one point. It's not going to be easy, and even I'm sure when this next moment arrives, it's not going to be easy as well. But The point I was saying is that if there is a large change in money supply and government demand, depending on where that money goes, it's going to fuel a lot of things, and you need to know how to take advantage of it. And I hear people talking about all of the trade policy and this and that, and it's just like stagflation. We hear this deflation, stagflation. I'm more scared about deflation. You hear people talk about stagflation, but like, what do you do? And everybody wants to blame somebody, but it's like, no, what should you be doing? How should you be investing? And that's kind of what we've been preparing for. You know, we've talked about 1970 to 1980. If you guys remember me bringing this up, everything's staying the same and then it breaks out. This is why building cash, the long term, both dividends and growth, you know, if you make good purchases, you're not overpaying, and you really do hold for 10 years, there's a way to make money even if markets do not move. And that's, again, through 1970, 1980, if you had the right mix of dividend and the right mix of winners from the economy, you were able to make a lot of money. And even then, throughout the 10, 15 years after that, if you had good positioning and used that opportunity to build up your size, oh man, it was next level. I think somebody's staring at me right now. So, no, we're good. But yeah, I'm getting hyped. But I really hope you guys get this, and that's what you have to be thinking about. And this is what I would be looking ahead for, depending on what happens with these spending bills and whether or not it is inflationary or what industries it goes to. If we watch a rapid change in money supply again, that is going to be opportunities for real estate and stocks. And then if we do remain in this chop zone and uncertainty and Trump and negotiations, all this stuff, what are you going to do? Do you have a strategy that will win in that environment? You have to think about that. And that's why diversification, you've heard me say this, not leveraging, not being over levered, and taking advantage of a mix of value and buying the growth when they come down. Why I'm so patient, you know, this all ties into that. So I hope you guys get what I'm saying with it all. And that's why I'm saying follow the long term. I think our strategy will prevail, and that way too, in the next 5-10 years, if it is to the upside and things do good, or we watch a big change in money supply, but it happens in a choppy manner, are you positioned for that? Will you be able to make money off of that? You really got to ask yourself that. So I really hope this helps, and I hope you understand, and I really hope everybody saves 10% and gets a long term. And remember, by day 365, the end of this year, it'll look a lot different, and you still got, 43 months of Trump? So, oh yeah, and get the long term. Oh, I'm clapping the pedal. I'm totally, I didn't. All right, whatever. I'm not big. So, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you, veterans. Goodbye.